Hey everyone, this is Taylor from Just Two Studios, and today I'm going to be doing my very first top 10 list ever for my channel. Before we start, I'd like to share a few honorable mentions and reiterate that these are my opinions, may not even be close to what you have in mind, hence it is my top 10 list. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. For the honorable mentions I have on this list, the first one would have to be Borderlands 1. When this game first came out, I thought the cel-shaded idea looked like crap and didn't think the gameplay would be all that. Boy, was I wrong. This game is virtually an unlimited amount of guns. From quick research, a number I found was upwards of 17 million possible combinations. Sure, there's more though. The story is funny and the characters are funny as well. Borderlands has an addicting feel to it to make you keep playing. I personally logged around 250 hours into it. If you've never played it, you're missing out. The next game I have is Far Cry 3. Like Fallout, this is my first of the Far Cry games. I almost got all the achievements, and the Blood Dragon expansion, or separate arcade game, was fun too. Far Cry 3 is immersive, lots of sea and beautiful scenery to look at, and who could forget Voss? Do you know the definition of insanity? The next one we have is Grand Theft Auto 5 plus Vice City. GTA 5 is the best installment to the series. It offers a vast amount of multiplayer modes, an extremely fun story with hundreds of hours to play in single and multiplayer, and adding heists made it 10 times better. With 60 million units sold and counting, and at least 100 hours into it, how could I not include this? And Vice City just has so much nostalgia, I could go on about that all day. The next honorable mention we have is Battlefield 3. Why? Lots of big maps, more maps, small versions, medium versions, whatever, and a good amount of weapons. Too much fun and way better than Battlefield 4, which is kind of shit. I loved sniping in this game and flying jets straight into the ground trying to hit people, going full 9/11. It's never too soon. And we have Super Smash Bros. Melee, basically the entirety of the franchise, most notably for me, the one they had on the GameCube, because that's the first one I had, and it felt so pulling in, I guess. A lot of the Nintendo characters beating the shit out of each other. Why not? Marth has always been my favorite character to use, and Kirby being my most despised fight piece. You can fucking swallow you. Go fuck yourself. I'm no longer play it due to not having a Nintendo product, but it's still amazing and always will be. And my last honorable mention will be Minecraft. What's more to say? Get tons of mods and a huge player base and so much content. A game with truly unlimited possibility. So on number 10 we have the list is Fallout New Vegas, and why is because it's the first of the Fallout games I ever played and remains my favorite still today. I play it on PC now and then for the nostalgia and because it's pretty fun. I mean, it's a pretty damn good game. It beat out Fallout 3 and 4 for me because it hit the pay dirt for console RPGs and the stellar gameplay. The vast system was mind-blowing to me, and the array of weapons and creatures, and an okay story. If it had a more intriguing story for me, I could see it higher, but I mean, you know, it's an older game. I think Bethesda knocked it out of the park, and they've been knocking it out of the park with Fallout 4, and I mean, I don't really see them failing at this point, so I mean, for it being at number 10, it's not really a bad spot, considering a lot of people thought Fallout 3 was better. But what do you guys think? And then number 9, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or Call of Duty 4. And the reason I chose this is because to me, this is the game that made Call of Duty the monarch that it is. The games before were awesome, but being released when it struck gold and helped pave the way for the franchise it is today, being a forefather of Twitch shooters, in my opinion, alongside the Counter-Strike franchise. This is one of the best games of all time, whether you're a fan of Call of Duty or not, respect has to be paid. And speaking of older Call of Duty games, I do want to mention that Big Red 1 would have been on here if Modern Warfare did not exist. So at number 8, we have a game called Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It's my personal favorite. Had stellar multiplayer. I still don't know what the numbers mean, Mason. Pretty good story, could have been better, and a fun multiplayer as mentioned. It never got old to me, despite prestiging what felt like 18 times. Probably like twice, though, realistically, because I'm bad at games. And then on number 7, I have a game that I think will probably no one will agree with. That game is Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Decade Duels Plus. I kind of felt this game should be on here because, for one, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I've always loved Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't really enjoy the pendulum summons that are out now, but that's another story. However, part of why this is on here is because, being an Xbox person, it was the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game they released on the Xbox 360 back in like 2010, I think, 2012. It took me 2 or 3 years for all the achievements. The reason for that being is because there was one for 100 tag duel wins and the ranked play. I had almost 4,000 cards unlocked. I had probably 20 custom decks. My favorite being the legendary Ocean deck, where you take advantage of Umi and Levia Dragon Daedalus. The multiplayer was buggy and rage quitters prevented you from wins, which is why it took so long. However, if I had it in a 360, I would still play it. So now number 6 we have Red Dead Redemption. A lot of people like this game. I love this game. It had everything a Cowboy Simulator could ever want. And I don't know how Rockstar does it, but they do. With an ending that is really heartbreaking and sad. You know, all the stuff, I'm sure everyone knows it. And a story that could be played multiple times just because. An exciting but sometimes overwhelming multiplayer gets met by so many things to do in single player. You don't even need multiplayer. On top of that, they have the Undead Nightmare DLC, which is basically a whole game in itself. John Marston is one of the coolest protagonists ever in a game, and the acting and graphics still hold up well for its age, despite it being like 10 years old almost. Next year it'll be 10. It's simply astonishing. And now at number 5, we're finally on top 5, I have Skyrim, which is from Bethesda, obviously. Why? Over 200 hours to start. Awesome gameplay, huge world and many enemies and places to explore, compelling story with an even better musical score. This game is just flat out 9.5 out of 10. Replay value is very high with as many mods as it has on PC. The possibilities are endless for the game by Bethesda, and is still being played today. Now we have a pretty old game on the list. It is Madden 2005. By the EA scumbags, I might just say. The franchise has been around for like 21, 22 years now, but this is my favorite one of all time. The franchise mode has 30 years, and then it stops, and then you make a new franchise to do it all over. I did that at least 3 times, redrafting and redrafting stars and listening to the in-game radio obsessively. And Ray Lewis is on the cover, and he's a god on the field, and he'll be in the Hall of Fame eventually. Next on the list, we have Mercenaries 2 World in Flames, rounding out the top of our top 3. Why? This game holds many memories from early teens, as did another game on this list that's coming up. My buddy and I used to make videos with a camcorder trying to hold it steady at the TV to look good and make stupid videos we thought we were cool, and I'm so proud of it because it helped inspire me to do videos still today, all thanks to this game. So much destruction, guns, and crazy things to do. In my eyes, it's the Just Cause before Just Cause. And I would never trade anything for this game, and as you can see in the video in the background, it is some video him and I made. And finally at number 2, we have a game from a very well established franchise, but this one takes the cake for me. It is Gears of War 2. This game, oh my god, it's too good. Some of the most annoying achievements make it hard to swallow at night knowing I'll never 100% the game. But the storyline and exceptional multiplayer make it top-notch for third-person shooters. Gears of War was awesome in its own right, but through the entire franchise, Gears 2 is my all-time favorite, and that's why it's on the list. And if they ever... Actually, I would do anything to 100% this game. It is so good. And finally, at number 1, we have my favorite game slash favorite franchise, so it's going to be a bit of a longer reasoning as to why it's my number 1 game. Halo 2, or the Halo franchise altogether, but in specific Halo 2. Growing up from 2002 to 2007, I played this game non-stop. Even on the Xbox 360, this game didn't fail to live up to its value for me. At a time when AAA games were $50, but the value I personally got out of the game was probably around $400 worth of game time played, which probably isn't even accurate. Most of my gameplay took place at my best friend's house, and I'd spend hours upon hours during the night from the ages 11 to 16 playing it endlessly with friends in the awesome custom games like Zombies, Tower of Power, Cat and Mouse, Tremors, and many more. I still own the original Xbox version of the game today as a memento. I also feel the entirety of the Halo franchise is worthy of sharing the top spot for their own reasons respectively. Halo 3 for the amazing Forge and insanely fun multiplayer. Halo CE for its introduction to my favorite franchise ever and a wonderful story. Halo 4 for its heartbreaking ending and again, multiplayer. Halo Wars for its RTS style game being pulled off well, even though I'm not big on those. And so on with Reach and Halo 3 ODST. Halo 2, however, will forever live in my heart. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list, and I will hopefully make more in the future. Let me know whatever you have in mind, and hopefully I can make another hopefully good video. Take care, guys.